All right, and we should be live. Oops. There we go. All right, so in today's live stream, we are going to be finishing our homepage project that I started yesterday. And then this will set us up for starting starting React after the weekend, because I'm going to be taking tomorrow and Sunday off for Easter, and then Monday I'll be back, Monday evening, if all goes well. So yeah, let's just jump right into it here. So before stream started, I added screenshots of 6 projects that I've worked on throughout the course of our streaming, or my videos, I guess. So I've got the Battleship game, I've got Calculator, the Etch-a-Sketch, Tic-Tac-Toe, To-Do project, and our weather app that we've got. So those are our 6 screenshots that we're going to work with. And we're going to set up the My Project section. And then after I get all of the content laid out how I like it, I'm going to transition to getting the tablet and mobile displays working, and then probably just going to do some polishing after that. And then we should be all set. So I'm just going to get the desktop reference open. So we want to make these images have their own. Okay, so we've got the project info, and I think we can make the background the image, right? And if that doesn't work, then we can rejig this to have a separate image tag for the screenshots. But I think our first order of business should be to get the screenshots working. So I should call this, I should name each project, right? So I'll say, actually I'll start with Odin Battleship. I don't even need to, Odin Battleship, Odin Calculator, actually, let's see what other projects we have. I want to do the most recent ones. Weather, Odin To-Do, Odin Tic-Tac-Toe, Odin Etch, or Calculator, and then Odin Etch. Must have missed one. Ah, the one at the top. But I want this to be Battleship. I need to shift all of these. Yo, Abdu, how's it going, my friend? To-Do, and then Tic-Tac-Toe, and then Calculator, and then Etch down here. There. Cool. All right, so now we've got those class names, and I'm going to target those inside of here. Although I can probably... No, I'll keep it this way. How did I make the white background? This guy? So I used, here it is right here. So I used this was suggested by Jay, but I used the before pseudo element, and then that's the CSS for it. So I'm kind of trying to mimic this kind of slanted look here on this page. That's kind of what I was going for. I'm just debating whether I put the image backgrounds within the global styles. I might do that actually. I might put them in the global styles. So we'll try that. Odin. Actually, we'll do. Let's just do one as a test. So we'll do Odin Battleship, and then background image is assets images Odin Battleship. And then we need to target the article project item. Background size. Not too much, Game Boy. We're just working on this responsive homepage layout. That's pretty much all I'm doing for the concluding project of the Advanced HTML and CSS course. And then I'm going to be moving on to React after Easter. So I'm taking both days this weekend off, and then I'll be back on Monday. But yeah, just working on this. And then there's like obviously different layouts. Like there's like a tablet layout and like a mobile layout that I all need to make. So yeah. Let's see. So the project item is this guy. It's the description. It's the project's grid. So the item is this big. I need to fix the aspect ratio, right? So the aspect ratio is, so for these images, I think I made these are 480 wide by 640 tall. So the aspect ratio is 3:4. Or it might be 4:3. Because I don't know which order these are in. I might have had it right the first time. Yeah. Oh, you're trying to work on that design layouts myself. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, your weekend's Friday and Saturday? Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I will not be around, unfortunately. Okay, so this is obviously wrong. So I can do background size of cover. There we go. Okay, and then obviously this content is in the upper left, so I have to move it to the bottom. I'm trying to make something that looks like this. Am I using grid? Yeah, for this layout I'm using grid, yeah. In the desktop style, as you can see here. I'm using a 2x3 grid with a 1 REM gap in between all of the elements. I'm just thinking about the best way to do this. Okay, so that's fine. So I need to have like the bottom half be this text, right? Then I need to give it a background. So project item, and then I have the project info. So the project info needs a background, right? And then I need to make it like the white color. Or I could even make it this, and then background, actually, yeah, there we go. So now it's solid, see? Which is what we want. Although I might actually invert the colors here. I might do white, and then make the color the background color, like this. Do I use Django or no? I don't. I do not use Django. That's Python, is it not? It's like a Python library. I mean, I'm not against using it. It's just the course does not use it, no. Okay, so we need to move this content to the bottom, right? So I need to do, I need to position it. So I'll do display flex. Or actually, I should probably do that within the item. There we go. Now we've got the cards on the bottom. Although I don't know if I love the white on it. I might make it actually just black. And then add some, maybe shadow or something. We also want a bit of margin on the top. Or not margin, sorry. Padding. There we go. Well, I might do this like this. I would like some visual distinction between these. Maybe like I could do like a shadow or something. But I should get all the background images in here. So we'll do Odin. What's the other ones? So I have Battleship, then Weather. So let's just get all these. Weather. I could just copy paste this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. To do app. Forgot what's after the to do app. It doesn't really need to be in order. I'm just being tic-tac-toe, calculator etch. Alright, so there's my projects. That looks pretty good. Maybe we can add some rounded borders on these guys, right? Something like this. That looks pretty decent. So it's not like exactly the same as this, but I think I need to make these cards a maximum size too. Because that's a little big. So let's sort out that width. We'll do a min. There. Oh, but then that keeps growing. Fucks up that layout. why my terminal bugs the hell out here. I don't know what the problem is with that. Yeah, if I redeploy, it usually fixes the lag issue. Okay, so we need to restrict the size of the cards as well. Right? Ideally. So I'll do width is a minimum of 100% or like 360 pixels maybe. Yeah, that's better. Maybe even smaller, actually. 320. Oh, whoops. Am I using Tailwind? I'm not. I'm using default CSS. I plan on doing using Tailwind eventually, TDG. This is like kind of lagging, but maybe that's normal. Okay. So I think that's fine. But then I want to grow the gap. Okay, so I want to have a maximum width on the body, I think, as well. So I want to do a maximum, or a min, sorry, and then like maybe set this to like 720 pixels. No, that's, sorry, a little more, maybe 1280. There we go. It's a little better. I'm early today with streaming. Yeah, because I have the day off work, MKM. It's a holiday for Good Friday, for Easter. So I don't have work, which is nice. Also, yeah, TDG. I'm not. This isn't like a serious project or anything. Like if I was doing something that I would actually like market or something, I would probably use Tailwind, you know, stuff like that, like actual like frameworks. But this is just for learning, so I'm not too worried about it. I might actually make the background. I might flip the background again. And then we'll do the text. Maybe that. Oh, and then the border radius is going to be wrong. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So 0, 0, or 0, and then 1 are you? No, 0, 0. There we go. It's a little better. Good to learn the fundamentals. You're doing the right thing. I appreciate the encouragement, TDG. I'm yeah, like again, like people come into my stream and they think like, oh, you know, you're not using AI, you're not using the latest tech. Like I don't care. My goal with this is to just learn how these tools work so that when I do eventually branch out and use those things, I know what the heck I'm doing. But I really appreciate the encouragement. I do want to understand the fundamentals. Okay, so I don't like how that gap changes there, right? But I don't know. This is like nice. Obviously, I'm going to do like the different layouts. Like I'm going to do the tablet and the mobile layout. But okay, so those projects are good. The only thing I need to add now with these is actual like content, and then those links. I should probably do the links first, right? So we have our links here, and then the links are like up here. And then how does that work for the tablet? Yeah, they're in the same spot. And then mobile should be in the same spot too, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're chilling. Okay, so let's do those links. So we've got GitHub and GitHub pages. So for the GitHub, I can probably do, I can just copy this guy. See where that, okay, so it's going to place it there. So I'll do project links, image, and then width 2 rem, or even like 1.5. Yeah, see, so there's our link, right? I obviously want to make project links flexbox. Justify content, space between. Oh, and then a line, or is it a line item, space between? Wait a second. Hold on, let me think about this. Project title, project links. Oh, I might want to make this a... because I want to put these links... Or should I put them within the title, maybe? I don't know. The layout looks interesting. Yeah, so I'm following roughly this this guide, MKM. But I'm putting my own spin on it. But it's roughly this layout. Yo, Caro, how's it going? I'm thinking about how to format this. Okay, so I want these links to be over here. And then maybe I should put the title and the links inside of their own container, right? Or I could even put the links within the title, which might be kind of ugly. But I could do that. Was it hard to get that diagonal line? I had a little bit of help. But no, it wasn't too difficult. I can show you the code for that, actually. It was right... actually, for this line, I might want to... I might want to put it in the global layout, actually, now that I think about it. But basically, this is the code for it right here. I essentially use the before pseudo selector or pseudo element for the body, and then I basically put it at a lower Z index, and then I use the skew transform to kind of shift it like this, like shift the sides so that it like is tilted. Set the width and height 100%, move it up a little bit, give it an absolute position, and then I set the background color to primary, which is just the white color. So this is the code for that diagonal line. And of course I'm gonna polish this as I go, right? So I want this to be maybe this flex stuff. I want to be inside of project title. Or is it project item title? No, it's just project title. Whoops. Oh, but now it's drawing at the top. Interesting. Oh wait. Okay, maybe let's reverse course here. Project item. Oh, sorry. That's fine. Okay, actually, I had this right. I need to keep that flex, but then I need another flex here. I think. I'm gonna take the break in a sec. Okay, and then we do another flex. Actually, I should probably put this here. Or line items, flex end, or space between. There we go. That's better. So at least it's now like this, and then I need to make the width 100%. Oh, what? Or does it justify content? Might be justify content. There it is. Got it. In Framer, there's a stack with something like a div, I guess. Oh, I see. Yeah, so there's our link. And while I'm at it, I'm actually going to get the link for the external link. Let's just do link. No. Where was that other site that... it's a no-code website builder? Yeah, I've heard of Framer before. That's good if you just are more focused on like web design. Right? I just need to get that link. What was that freaking... font share, maybe? No, that wasn't it. There's one that Jay told me about yesterday. Here, let me find it in my history. Oh, it was font awesome. That's what it was. Let's do link. I think we want this guy. Right, we've got our, this is our custom color. Okay, good. Download that. And then I'll name it, it was arrow up. Okay. Rename GitHub. Actually, I'll just keep it that name. That's fine. And then now we can put that in the project links. But I'll leave that for after the break. But no, this is looking pretty good. The other thing too, okay, so Should probably make the kind of want to make the flex grow on the project section be 0. Because I want to keep these gaps consistent. All right, let's get started here. All right, so let's add that other guy in there. So we'll do, it'll go to this, like, Odin battleship. This is it. I just need to change, I need to put all these in here for the other projects. Weather. I should have added those links to here. I don't know why it didn't. What's my end goal when it comes to learning? Is it becoming good in React? Or I don't know. I think it's just becoming a better web developer so that I can, you know, maybe pivot careers. Maybe I can start my own business. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm just kind of doing this for half fun, half because I want to do a career pivot at some point. And I'm just trying to set myself up for success, I guess. I don't know why the images here are not. Oh, because they're not within the project links. That's why. That's why. Need to put them inside of that div. Of course. Oops. It's much better learning anything when there's not that crippling pressure of immediate success. Yeah, exactly. Like, I actually might change this title to be shorter. I'll just say Battleship Clone. So it's all even height. Why are these heights different? Or are they? Am I just tripping? Yeah, they are a little different. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I could fix the height, I guess. Yo, Beats, how's it going? I'll leave it for now. I'll just fill in the content and then worry about it. Okay, I gotta fix these links. Yo, Stuns, how's it going? Then we have tic-tac-toe. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I'm glad to be streaming in the afternoon today. It's better than the evening. So you can't complain. But just FYI, I will be off tomorrow and Sunday. So just as an FYI. All good, yeah. Just because of Easter. Who's my favorite rapper? It's a tricky question. I would say probably MF Doom is pretty good. I like MF Doom. Whoops. There we go. So we got all the titles in there, and then all the links should work. Nice. Good. Now I just need to make the descriptions. Old school is hard, yeah. I agree. I'm actually going to get the description in for my About Me section. I'll just paste that in here. Just yoink it from my channel. I'm not sure this is going to be long enough. That's good enough. Okay, we need to make descriptions here. So I'll say basic battleship clone that includes single player only against a smart AI computer player. Weather app using front end built front end for what was the weather API we used? I honestly don't remember. Keyless weather API. Was it Open Media? No. Or was it Open Weather? I honestly don't remember. Am I coding your resume portfolio for a new job as a developer just for fun? So I'm programming. So I'm doing the Odin Project beats. So that's kind of like what I'm using to guide my project learning, I guess, or just learning in general. And so I'm creating a portfolio based on this layout for reference. And this is going to conclude this course. And then after this, I'm going to move on to learning React. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Front end. I forget the API I used. And maybe it was this one. I don't know. API Ninjas. No, I don't think it was. Did I already learn JS? Yeah, you can look at my older streams. I built like I built this battleship clone. You can see here, all entirely in HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. So you can like move ships around, rotate them, stuff like that. And then so you can play Battleship against the computer. So yeah. Any beginner-friendly YouTube channel you recommend for web dev? I think, what was the name of that? There's a guy I watch. No, what's his name? It's like, let me find him. Web Dev Simplified. He's good. I like Web Dev Simplified quite a bit. Yeah, appreciate that, Beats. I'm just gonna say free weather API can search, find current, displays current weather, basic current weather information. There, I'll just say that. Maybe I should fix the heights of these as well. I might actually do that. So project info, I'll say height, what should I do, like 40% maybe? %? No, 40% is fine. There we go. Did I add hover effect to the social media links? No, there's no hover effect, but you can see the cursor changes. I can also add a hover effect. So what I'm planning on doing, Beats, is I'm just going to make the layouts work. And then I'm going to add all those like fun stuff, those fun little features when I polish it. But I'm just trying to get like a rough draft, I guess, finished. But I do plan on finishing this today, so I'll probably in the next hour or so get this all finished with the layouts. I also need to make the layouts adaptable. Like, so I've got a tablet layout here and a mobile layout that I have to do. So I'm going to do that after, because you can see here I've got like a global style, CSS, desktop styles, and then I'm going to separate into tablet styles and mobile styles. And then once I get all those styles looking how they're supposed to, then I'm going to do polishing and finishing touches. And optimistically, I think I can finish it today, because after today, I'm taking a break this weekend, and then I'm going to start learning React for the first time, which will be exciting. So looking forward to that. I just got to fill in this content here. Two-player tick toe clone that supports player renaming and shows winning boards. Highlights wins. Something like this. Supports addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, and percent, and modulo. And then Etch-a-Sketch. I don't know what we do for this Etch-a-Sketch here. Web-based clone of the classic Etch-a-Sketch toy. Do I want to add something to the footer? Yeah, I haven't touched the footer yet, Beats. So I'm going to do the footer after. I'm working on it like section by section. So I did the About Me yesterday. Now I'm doing these my work cards. And then I'm going to do the footer next, I think. Although I think I want to actually increase the font size of the headers. I think the second header font size and then H2 maybe a little bigger. That's a little better. Then I think I have to add social media links to the footer, right? Yeah, I need to add social media links to the footer. So I'll make the footer white as well. All right, so I think these cards are done. So let's move on to the footer. So the footer, I need to do the same background. Oh, I also need another image of myself there, right? So I'm going to put another image of myself on the footer. I think I'm just going to use this one. So I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to do... Yeah, so I'll do the footer socials. I think the footer socials I can probably just copy from up here, right? So I'll just copy these. Although, of course, they're not going to be visible because by default they're black. Yeah, and they're not sized properly. So about socials image, footer socials image. There we go. That's better. Yo, Blueberries, how's it going, my friend? Footer. Actually, I think it's just the footer. It's not even a class. Background color is primary. Why don't you add the footer a little bit more extended? Yeah, I could do that. Beats. You're right. That's actually a good idea. I just put this. I put this content in as a filler, but I can add that for sure. That's definitely a good suggestion. Okay. And then we need the color to be the background color. Oh, but we want to obviously... Okay, hold on. I want to obviously make this fill the entire width, right? So I want this color to be... But the problem is the body has... The body has this padding, right? Or this margin, I should say. So I want to extend this footer inside, like to make its width. That's the thing that I have to think about here for this background. I have to think about how to do that. So for the body, I don't want any padding on the bottom. So we took away, the padding on the bottom, okay. And then the footer, I want to remove the margin on the bottom. There we go. You can make a footer like an extra section, I mean divide it from the middle section. Yeah, that's true, I could do that. The problem is I kind of am treating everything. This is the main. Yeah, so I could add this to the, Hold on. Yeah, you make a good point. So what if I actually do it like this? So instead of putting this stuff in the body, I could put it in the main selector. That's better. Okay, now there's still a little bit of margin on the sides here. Oh, but that's because of the margin of the footer, which I need to remove. There we go. That's better. Did I use container section in general? What do you mean? So I have like the main. So main is everything up here. So including the about section and my work, and then there's the footer. And the main and the footer are within the body. So I'll show you that in the inspector. Oh wait. Keep opening the terminal by accident. Keep meaning to open the... Yeah, so you can see here, in the body, there's the main and then the footer, right? And then in the main, I've got the about section and the projects. Kind of like that. And the other thing I want to do for the body, maybe in the global styles, is I want to set the min height to be 100 VH. Right, so now if I open up this guy, oh, and then the flex as well, which I might want to actually just put over here. This is going to be flex anyway. Flex direction column, justify content, space between. Okay, now that should work though. I don't know why there's black on the bottom here. Anyway, I'll leave it for now. It should be alright. Did I? Okay, let's see. In index HTML, usually adding container class just because it makes some special setting by default, which makes it just easier. What do you mean by that, Beats? I'm not 100% clear on what you're trying to say. I apologize. 55 days, insane, bro. Your first year still don't know HTML, CSS. Well, I should also mention, Ma, that I do have coding experience. I just never did web development. So I'm not coming at this completely blind. So... So I still got to add this. I might put within the footer, I might encase this inside of its own container. Like this. Wait, no, not that. Sorry. Yo, how's it going, Pat Till? footer content, didn't I? Yeah, section footer content. I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I just need to get this content to be kind of centered within this footer. So I'm gonna get that working. And then after that, I think I'll make sure this content looks all good, and then I'll get some icons in there, and then I think at that point I can start working on the other layouts. We got the tablet layout and the mobile layout, so that'll be fun. But I hope everyone in here is having a good good Friday afternoon, nice relaxing Friday afternoon, or evening, or Saturday morning, wherever you're located. Alrighty, let's get back to it here. Alright, so I need to center this content. Let's think about this. So the content here needs to have that same margin, right? Margin. Auto. Max width. And 70%. There we go. That's a little better. Auto, 0, auto. Am I using tomato method? What is the tomato method? I'm not familiar with the tomato method, so probably not. So this probably also has its own padding, right? That's probably why this is weird. And don't worry about the layout weirdness here. Let me see. Yeah, that has its own padding, right? So what's the padding on that guy? Oh, and then footer content. Oh, that's the margin. Okay, hold on. Let me get this guy. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's Pomodoro. Okay, all right, I see. Yeah, it's Pomodoro. I guess if that's, I've never heard it referred to as the tomato method. I apologize. Okay, that's a little better. No worries. I just I've never heard it referred to as that before. But yes, I am using the Pomodoro. Oh, does it really? Is it like Spanish or something? Pomodoro. It sounds Spanish. Now that I think about it. Pomodoro. Oh, is it Italian? It's Italian. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah. I got you. Right. Yes. Okay, so let's, we got some like weird clipping happening here with these images, I feel like. I don't know. I want to get these all lined up. So the problem is, I keep opening the fucking terminal. I don't want to open the terminal. I don't know how I keep doing that. It's because I'm not, because I'm not clicked on the browser. Okay, let's see. So we got, that's our margin there. Right, so it's the same margin. And then there's another 4 REM inside, so I can add a padding maybe to that. This maybe, or 4 REM. There we go. Now it's lined up. Okay, perfect. All right, so then I need to add some separation and also get my image in here as well. So I need to have that image ideally. So we have the heading, and then the image can be separate, right? But I still want it within the content, so we might actually make this a div. So I'll say footer text, something like this, right? And then outside of that div, I'll do the image. I think I could just have it as a div, and then I can do the background. Similar to what I did here. Okay, so there's our image. So then obviously we need to make this flex. Oh, that was part of the issue. Actually, not in the footer, sorry, my bad. I need to make the flex inside of the footer content. Move this down here. There we go. So there's our image. Make it a little smaller, maybe. I don't want it to grow all the way to 400 pixels, so I'll do like 300. And then we want to do like space between. There we go. That's better. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And then I'll add a bit of a description to I want to do it like this. 4 rem, or not 2 rem. So that centers it. Which keyboard do I use? I use the Newfie Kick 75. Yeah, it's a great keyboard. I really like it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's like a what do they call it? Like it's a low profile mechanical keyboard. Watched a video about young tech bros, and my conclusion is that Silicon Valley turns shitty people into psychopaths. 100% agree. Can I share its link? You can just look it up. Newfie Kick 75. Just look that up on Google. You'll find it. You can find it in multiple places. All right, so let's get our content sorted here. Maybe I'll go to like my YouTube description or something. Whoops. Shit, how do I? Or maybe I'll go to my like FAQ. Hold on, bear with me here. FAQ. Go to my repositories. Here we go. I don't know if I could. Why can't I answer to the other users here? What do you mean? Like reply? Might be just the YouTube chat, might be. Kind of bunked. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just the YouTube chat. Can you not at people? Maybe not. Let me. I don't know. I might have the. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm trying to think about what I could put in the contact information. I'll just leave it for now, actually. Okay, so let's I could do that in the polishing stage. Footer content, display content. Okay, so then and within the footer content, it'll be the footer text, which needs its own flex. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I honestly don't know how the stream chat works, like the YouTube chat. It is weird. I agree with you. I was actually thinking about making my own chat client or something like that eventually as like a side project. So like I could have it so that if you join my stream and you want a better chat experience, you could go to a different place to chat while you watch the stream. I don't know. It was just an idea. It'd be a fun side project maybe. Okay, so let's get the text here. So this text I want to display flex and then do a column. And then I want to do a gap maybe. Separate the stuff out. Maybe a little bit more. And there's like weird artifacting going on down here, and I don't know why that's happening. It's in a setting of the stream. Interesting. I don't know. Let me look that up, actually. YouTube. Moderate Administration. Members only chat. You know what? I'll look into it after stream, Beats, for sure. I'll look into it after stream. That's a good, thanks for bringing that up. I don't know why this isn't. There's like something going on under here. Oh, it's the link, maybe. Okay. I want to hide that. Is it because of this? Like, I don't know what's wrong with the interesting. Might be because there's like white space or something in here. That could be the problem. Let's try doing that. Yeah, see, that's the problem. There's like a little bit of white space when I entered. There we go. That'll fix it. There we go. Much better. Can I get source? GitHub. Okay, that worked. Okay, I'll fix those links later. Not 100% sure why they're not working. Because that link works. This link, yeah, okay. So the Discord link's broken, but that's okay. I'll figure that out after. I'm just trying to focus on the layout for now. Okay. So we've got our phone number. I'm obviously not going to put my own phone number. Okay, so let's add these like icons here. The telephone and the email icons. Font awesome. I'm going to add this to my pinned envelope. Okay, download that. And then we'll get the telephone. Are these all pro? Really? Phone. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do some before selectors, I think, with this. And I don't think I can, let's see. Okay, so there's no icons there. That's okay. So we'll keep that in mind. So I'll add these to the desktop styles then. How long have I been working on my current job? Like which job? Like my day job? Like my IT job? Here, you know what? I have an FAQ. Beats, you can read that. I don't actually address that question in there. But you can read that. But I've been working just under a year. I graduated in April of last year, and then I started my job in May. So I've been working 11 months, just about. But I was also an intern, so I got the job, full-time job offer. What the? I got the full-time job after being an intern. So I had a bit of an in. But this current position, yeah, 11 months. I am from Canada, born and raised. Okay, let me see. Let's just do these. No, I'm not American, no. Thank God. Sorry. I don't mean to offend any Americans in here. We gotta target these images. Or the telephone. Oh, it's this. Location and telephone. Okay. Telephone, email. So footer email. Footer email before. And then we'll do width of 2 rem. Background image. And then we'll get the image. Assets, images, email. Envelope. Didn't work. Oh, background size. Cover. What the hell? Footer email. That was the right selector. Yeah, fair. A lot of it's hard to tell. The accent's pretty similar. Let me see. Yeah, so we got our before element here. But it's not adding for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. Oh, maybe height, auto, maybe? Or aspect ratio. I don't know why it's not adding next to the email here. Maybe I also need to make the height. Canadians dislike the idea of walking around. Exactly. Did I rent or buy? Oh, no, I rent. No way. I can't afford to buy. Are you kidding me? Technically, I'm just renting a room right now, Beats, but I will be moving shortly. I'll be moving with my partner in the next couple of months, and we're going to be renting then as well. But right now, I'm just renting a room in a house, so... okay, hold on. Let me see... I don't know why this isn't working. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the before pseudo element or something. Because I could just add it as like an image tag or something. I could just do like the image in here. Owning a property is significantly more widespread in Eastern Europe than Western. Yeah. How do you think you'll be able to buy an apartment in about near 5 to 10 years? I hope so. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. It depends on how much money I have, Beats. If I can afford to, I'd love to buy a condo or even a house. But you know, I'll rent until I can afford it. But right now, I don't make nearly enough money to buy anything or to qualify for a mortgage or anything like that. I wouldn't say I'm like poor or anything. Like I'm not well off, but I can only afford to rent. And plus, like being younger, they don't pay you as much when you're younger, like just starting out your career as later on, right? Like when I get a little bit more seniority and I get 5 to 10 years older, that my pay is going to increase. But I don't have enough experience yet, so I'm going to try putting in an image tag instead of this because I don't know why the before pseudo element isn't working. Actually, you know what I can do? Before I do this, I'm going to actually I'm going to look up oh, maybe I need to set the content. That might be what I need to do. Might need to do this. No. Maybe set the position to be relative. Is it? Oh, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Try 10 times that beats. Try 300,000 to 500,000 USD. It's 10x, 10 times more expensive, at least. Some condos, especially in larger cities, can be upwards of $1 million. Yeah, it's like nearly. It's impossible. You can't even buy anything for that price. Maybe you could buy a piece of land in the middle of nowhere, but that's about it. Yeah, no. Like a cheap condo in Canadian dollars, which Canadian dollars is kind of closer to American dollars, but like if you wanted to buy a cheap condo, it'd be probably 350 to 500,000 USD, I would say. So that's why I can't afford it. If condos were that cheap, I could afford it. If it was $30,000, I could afford that, no problem. Let's see. Let's do some relative positioning here. Just confused where this is going. Not sure where. Footer email before. Yeah, so it's there. It just has no height for some reason. I don't understand why. Contain, maybe? No. 100%. This is weird. I could have it as a div inside of that. Like footer email icon or something. Footer email icon. There it is. Finally. Jesus Christ. Okay. Footer email. Telephone. Footer email. And I'm just going to flexbox this. Display flex. I think that's all I need to do. Then I could just put this in footer email text. Something like this. Okay, so the flex wrap is probably preventing this. So if I do this, no. Interesting. Oh, it's because the position's relative, that's why. Maybe. I don't know. I'll fix it after. I'll fix it after the break. The housing market is insane. It only gets worse as time goes on. Yeah, exactly, MKM. I totally agree with you. It's crazy. Like, yeah, as you say, like, that's actually an interesting point you bring up about, like, Eastern Europe being easier to own property. Because I bet there's, like, government subsidization, right? Maybe? I don't know for sure. But, like, here, it's like, yeah, you basically need to have, to afford a house, anyway, to qualify for a mortgage on a small house, you need to be in a relationship, ideally, or have a partner. And then you and your partner need to be making at least 100,000 Canadian dollars per year, which in American, 100,000 Canadian dollars, that's like 75,000 USD, roughly. A little less, 73,000 USD a year. And that's your net, that has to be your gross income per year, just to afford like the bare minimum house. So, I mean, yeah, it's not easy, that's for sure. 73,000 USD. About. I don't know what the conversion is actually right now. I'm going to look at it on my other screen. Let me see. CAD to USD. Yeah, 72,000. Police officers in the U.S. make 100K per year, really? You're not communist, but we've reached the point where this housing situation is unsustainable. I agree with you, MKM. Older people talking down on us, younger gen triggers the F out of me. I totally, 1,000,000% agree with that. Being Gen Z, like in my mid-20s, just trying to figure it out, right? Like, it's crazy. It's like those guys could basically win a house in a yard sale, you know, in like the 1950s and all that. It was super easy back then. Yeah, no worries, MKM. I totally get that. Like South Central Europe, basically. It might be nice and warm there, though, compared to here. But, you know. I mean, if you're from North America, you could probably guess my what province I live in, but I won't name it. I don't think MKM was comfortable sharing the country. He wanted to keep it anonymous. Sunny and 18 degrees, the air fresh, perfect weather, yeah. Here it is -1 degrees Celsius and raining. So yeah, I won't confirm or deny that, TDG. But yeah. If you know Canada, you can probably, yeah, you can hazard a good guess. But even if you guess my province, I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say where in the province I live. But it's not Toronto. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Let's see. So I don't know why that isn't. This should flex for the. You're born in T-Dog. Glad to have moved out of there. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, it's kind of a. Yeah, Paris. Guys, I'm not going to say which city I'm based in. It's not happening. I'm just trying to think about why this isn't. This should be working. Although maybe I shouldn't have it as a paragraph element now that I think about it. I should probably change this to a div. and then make this a paragraph. That's better. So I'll reformat this too. P dot footer telephone text. Footer telephone icon. Nice. Paris, Russia. Do I know French? Yeah, there's so many Parises. Exactly. St. Petersburg, Russia. Fair enough. Never been to Russia. Do I know French, though? Not very much. Un petit peu. Dream to visit? Nice. Okay, okay, let's get the telephone in here as well. Telephone. Or phone, where is it? Phone solid, there it is. Why is it not lined up? Oh, because this is still a paragraph. There we go. Okay, there's our icons. Maybe make them a little smaller too. I can actually just do this. I don't know why I'm gonna do this. These stay the same. And then footer email. Whoops. Only the background images are different. So phone solid full. There we go. How do I mix French and English, by the way, or French just formal? So it's countrywide. So like what do you mean by mix? Like usually with any news related stuff, there's like English and French versions. All the packaging on foods and any goods that you buy has English and French on it, etc. Stuff like that, you know. I'm going to do justify content flex start and then align item center. And then maybe add a bit of a gap. 0.5. Then maybe make these a little smaller. There we go. That's a little better. Like how Spanish treated in the US. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, TG. And depending on if it's a product that's sold in the United States and Canada, I've seen products have English, French, and Spanish on them as well. Everywhere except for some parts of Canada. Most parts of Canada, English, yes, but some parts of Canada speak French. Primarily French. Also New Brunswick, TDG. New Brunswick's pretty French too. It's actually the only province, I think New Brunswick's the only province that's officially bilingual. So like every province is English except for Quebec being French, and then New Brunswick is officially bilingual. But as a nation, we're bilingual. So it's kind of confusing. Never been there. Yeah, I've been out that way a couple times, so. All right, so we've got our phone number, got our email, contact information. It's looking pretty good. So I think we're like pretty much ready for doing the different layouts. That looks pretty good to me. Let me just see that, like, I want this to all stay the same width. So this guy is growing out this way. I don't know why. I think I'm going to need to put the inspector on the bottom pane for a second. Just so I can see what's going on here. I know it makes it hard to see on stream, but I just want to see. So space between. Oh, it's because of the padding. It's not a margin. It's a padding. That's the problem. Okay. I need to change it to a margin maybe. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Where did I fix that? There we go. All right, so I need to change that. So kind of superhumans. Bilingual is a great thing for brain. I don't speak both languages. I only really speak English. But I know a little bit of French. Not much, though. Like, I'm not even proficient in French. Like, I couldn't get around or anything like that. But I did learn it in school. So I have to do projects. What's the structure of this? So the footer content is what I want to get here. Footer content. So I want 4 rem on either side here. I don't know why this isn't. It's because, oh yeah. So there's the footer content, and then there's the text, right? So there's gotta be 4 rem plus 4 rem, so maybe 8 rem. 8 rem, auto. I want it to go in a little bit further. Can I use calc in this? I don't know if this works. No. That would be too easy. So is this auto that's effing up? You know what I can do? I can do footer content this, and then I can do margin actually I'll do footer image. Is it footer image? Yeah, footer image. Margin left 2 4. There we go. Margin right 4. It's kind of a hack. There we go. Now it'll grow properly. There. So now it's lined up. Oh, it was. Until it fucked up. Oh, because I know why. Because there's this gap, I think. No, that's not that. Footer content min 70%. Oh, maybe it's because of this width. Yeah, I don't know. Which things are absolutely like in Canada, which is absolutely not. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, Beats. I used to speak English with decent American accent, but nowadays I sound like an angry Russian. That's fair. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that layout issue. I'll fix that at the end. Okay, so I'm going to do the tablet layout now. So the desktop layout's done. So based on the notes that I have, I need to... The tablet layout needs to be anything between... where is it? Transforms. Responsive design. Yeah, here it is. Media queries. So anything between 600 and 1200 pixels. So I'll do that. I'll add that. I should actually probably do a commit here. Oh, you mean the way that a country lives, like healthcare system or active digital integration? I mean, I do like the healthcare. I do like the healthcare. I also like our social programs are pretty good, at least compared to the States. We've got a bigger public sector, which I like. Okay, let me do this. So I'll say desktop layout complete first pass. There we go. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this tablet layout here. So we'll do a new file. We'll do tablet styles.css. And then we'll do our media query. Width. Actually, I'll do it like this. I'll do 1200 pixels. Or maybe like this, actually. 600 pixels greater than width, greater than 1200 pixels. You ever been to a country that has American healthcare system, and I could never live with that kind of... Yeah, exactly, MKM. I agree with you. Like, I have family members in the US, and they've got to live under that shitty system, and it's not nice. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to... Oh, this is disgusting. I don't like the way that this image is laid out. Yuck. Okay, so let's do the easy part first. We can make him change this grid. So we'll do the easy part first. So we'll make the grid 2 by 3 instead of 3 by 2. So that is in projects grid. And then we'll change the grid template to be repeat 3 and then repeat 2. Oh, you know why it's not working? Because I don't have it included in the HTML here. That would be the problem. Oops. So now, okay, why isn't the grid changing? What the hell? Maybe I need to media query this. Now that I think about it. Do I like UFC? No, I don't watch UFC. I don't know why that's not working. Let me just do like a background color is blue. Just to see something happen. Interesting. Is this not like properly defined? Or sorry. The friggin' the greater than less than signs are wrong. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's what I wanted. Okay, good. So this is our tablet layout now. So we got like desktop layout, tablet layout, and then this is pretty much the same. Okay, so that's fine. So that's good. And then I need to change the about section quite a bit. So let's change the about section. So we have the about image and the about card. So I'm gonna have to like shift that up or something. And then shift this down. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. Look, layout looks fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to make it like look a little bit more like the example, just for practice. So let's go to the desktop styles. I also want to do for the footer image, I want to do flex shrink to 0 as well. Okay. Maybe add a bit of space on both sides of the text inside the cards. Like, you mean here? Like on the edges? I can do that. I can increase the padding on that. Projects text, I think it would be. Yeah, okay, let me do that. Where was it? Projects. It might be in the global styles now that I think about it. Yeah. I can increase the padding a little bit. There we go. Does that look better? There's a little bit more padding. I actually might want to make this layout occur at a little bit of a greater size. Now that I think about it. I might make this like 1400. Something like that. Yeah, I can breathe now. Yeah, fair. Okay, so let's do this about me thing. So we need to have the image like up a little bit. So let's just copy the selector. So we'll increase its width maybe. And then we'll move it up. Let's display as flex and then position relative. And then we'll do top 0. Left 0. So it's relative to what though? That's what we need to find out. It's relative to about image in the about section. So it's relative to the about section. So I need to make this like negative 10% or something. No. I guess it can't move up because that would be moving into the... Sounds good, Beats. Have a good rest of your day. Spacing, you're not bothering me at all, MKM. I'm going to fix the spacing on these... I'm going to fix this gap issue as well at some point. So, fear not. I just need to get that. I need to position this guy. So what do I not need? I don't need any of these. I don't think. I don't need this. Font size is like, maybe I could decrease it a little bit. I don't need this display flex. I think that's fine. Okay, so that moved it left a little bit, but it can't move up and down. Yeah, so it can't move up. Top 20% now. Unless I make the position absolute. Right. And that's obviously going to fuck shit up. Because now I'm taking it outside of its container. Let's see. Yeah, like this is like horrendous. I don't know. Let's go back to relative. Is there any way of increasing the height of the about section, maybe? Try that out. And then the width is, okay. Min 50%. If I increase this, I wanted this 25%. Yeah, because I want some space on the top and bottom of that image, so I can move it up a little bit. Why not React.js? Haven't gotten there yet, Jazzer. What if I make this... background size 80%? Oh, but then that's, the div is the same, right? The div doesn't change. If I just make the width fixed. Ah. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, I can like kind of work with that now. Maybe make it a little bigger. 35%? Something like this. Cool. All right. So I need to get the image to overlap with this card. It's going to be tricky. So I can have the card be 100% width. Right, but it's a flex box, which I might not want. I don't know. I'll screw with it after the break. But I kind of want I kind of want this title card to now go over the entire width of the about section. I can leave the contact the same pretty much. Oh, and then the other thing I want to do as well is decrease the margins on the sides. Make them a little bit less, right? So I'll do that now while I'm thinking of it. Maybe like 2 rem. And then the max width is like 90% or something. Something like this. So that goes up into that. I need to figure that out. So I need to center these guys inside of their containers. That's fine. I can do that. I need to shift this background up too a little bit. All right, I'm gonna take a 1 minute break. Head to the washroom real fast, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I think the issue with this the terminal being all weird is because I'm resizing the window constantly. I think that's part of the problem. The other thing I can do is I can have this like this and keep it there, and then I can just go to the inspector. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, all right, let's do another session here. I kind of want to finish this today, hopefully. Okay, so then this needs to change. The footer content. 90%. There we go. So this is a little close, so I'm going to move that up. So we'll do top minus 80% or something. 85%. Yeah, move it up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do in the global styles is I want to center the content within the grid. I want to center this content. So it'd be project item, justify self, center. I think that's right. Yeah, now it's centered within it, within the content. You can kind of see that here. So that's better. Okay. So we have this here. And then I need to somehow move this image like up. Or something, I don't know. I'm trying to think about how to do this. So if I make this absolute, yeah, okay. I could work with this maybe. I'll do like a, it's a little small. Okay, and then the about card needs a border radius of 1 rm all the way around. And then I need to push the content push this content over, right? So about card, and then about card needs to have maybe a padding left of like something like this, right? Maybe a little more. So now you can kind of see that it looks similar to this. Although I don't know how they did the text like that. So that like the, I have no idea how they did that. I'm not gonna lie. This looks fine. I don't want to fuss over it, honestly. Something like this. Then I need to fix the size of the footer image, maybe. Footer content, space between, maybe add a gap. Yeah, that looks all right. I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but it's close enough. And then we have the mobile view, right? So that's the other can of worms we have to figure out. So we'll do the, I think the tablet styles are probably good enough. And then we can work on tablet styles first. Nice. And then we can do some polishing. Right. So we need a new file, mobile styles.css. Media width is less than 600 pixels. And then obviously we're going to need to include that. So the first thing we can do is make the grid make the grid 6 by 1. So we need 6 rows and 1 column. Right? Oh, I need to add it to the course. There we go. And then we want no, I might actually make the, that's not what I wanted to do. I might actually make the a little bit different here. I might do like 800 pixels and then like 1400 or something. Oh, but then the mobile styles is less than 800. There we go. Okay, so we got our mobile, and then we got tablet, and then you probably actually just do 800 to 1200. And then we got tablet, and then we got mobile. Good. Okay. Nice. So we got to get rid of the margins. So we'll do main margin 0 auto. Max width 100%. And I think this is centered, right? Yeah, so okay, so this is centered. So project's heading. Align items. What the fuck? It should center itself. Project's heading. Let me move this up as well. I want to center this project heading. Project's heading. There it is. Got it. Okay. So now this is centered. We want to get rid of the padding on this, right? So where's the padding coming from? Oh, because there's padding on the actual, I see. Okay, so on the about and projects, I want to do margin of like 0 or like 1. Something like this, right? Yeah, that's better. I need for the footer as well. And then no padding on the footer. Oh, right, because there's padding on the sides of this. So I need to remove that. Or margin 0. There we go. Then I need to move this image. I need to actually stack them vertically, right? So I need to stack this content vertically. So I need to actually change the footer content display, right? So I'll do this. Margin 1rem, max width 100%. Display flex, flex direction column. That should work now. Oh, this isn't the style. Oh, Jesus. I changed. Put it in the wrong. Put it in the wrong section. Need it in here. Okay, this should be column. Oh, wait. Wrong selector. That's what we want. Okay, finally got it. And then I need to center the content, right? So we'll do dot footer title heading. Footer heading. So that's centered, but there's something fishy. Oh, because this footer content needs to be centered within the footer. Okay. So I need to go to the footer. There we go, that's better. And the footer should not have any margins on it. It doesn't. Footer content, max width, 100%. That's better. Okay, and then this picture, we need to fill the entire area, right? I want it to fill this entire bottom bit. Kind of like how it is here. And then I should center the social media links too. I think it's footer links. Footer socials. Actually, I already have a footer heading, footer socials. There we go. And then I'll add a bigger gap there. Oh. Why are these gapped differently? What? I don't know why the gaps on these are off here. That is weird. Let's check the HTML. Something seems to be wrong. Footer socials. I don't know why. Could be because the images are different sizes or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's very weird. Oh. HTML might be, I messed up here. Oh, because the A closing tag, oh, that's why. Closing tag's in the wrong spot. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. Okay, so we need to have this image fill the entire space, right? Okay, so we want no margin bottom. Where's the margin bottom coming from here? Okay, that's the footer content. Okay, so the footer content should have no margin on the bottom. There we go. Okay. Margin. Actually, I'll just do margin. Do 1 rem, 1 rem, 1 rem. I don't know where the bottom. Maybe it's here. There we go. Okay, so that's what I want. Then we want to fill this guy. Although I kind of want to take it out of the flow, maybe. I don't know. I need to do something similar here as well. The About Me section. So footer image. I think it's footer image, right? Yes. Should put it in the center. Oh. Align self-center, maybe? There we go. That's what I want. We'll do a width of 100%. Perfect. And then background size, cover. Then we'll do a height of 50 maybe. Oh, that doesn't seem to affect anything. It's whatever. I need to fix the About Me section too. Okay, so that's fine. So let's do the About Me section. Okay, so we'll do the same thing with this. We'll make the flex flow to be column, flex direction. That's better. And then we need to do for the about card, border radius. That, sure, and then I need to make this guy take up the whole. Width 100%. Kind of like this. That's a little better. Main, and then there's another one. There's another flex box here. I want to add maybe a bit of a gap between. Okay, so I can add a gap between these two. I'm just gonna finish this, and then I'll take the break. Okay, so there's a bit of a gap now. And then I think main. Or maybe I just add it to the projects. Just do like a margin top or something. So we go to projects. There's no margin on the side though. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. I think the about me needs to be centered. But yeah. I don't know. I'll leave that for after this break. And then I'll finish up this project. And I mean, I don't know. We can do some polishing and whatnot. You guys can give me suggestions as well if you'd like. For some polishing stuff. And we'll finish this guy up, I think. Have I watched The Prestige? No, I have not. Is that a movie? I would assume so. Interesting. I have to watch it. It's a masterpiece. Oh, sounds good. I'll add it to my. I've got a list of movies on Letterboxd, so I'll add it there. We'll check it out later. Just playing around with these dimensions. I mean, I don't love the tablet layout, but it's okay. It'll do. Okay, so let's finish this off. So I need to center this about me text, right? So we can do that. So we can do about. I think this is the heading, right? Yeah. And then the cards as well. About socials. These are not centering. Oh, because it's orienting themselves here. Align self. There we go. Looks good so far, bro. Nice job. Appreciate that, Blueberries. Try my best. Does Canada have vibrant cafe bar scene, or most Canadians drink coffee at Tim Hortons or Starbucks? In the big cities, for sure, MKM, but in smaller towns, it's definitely just like Tim Hortons. So, yeah, so this looks pretty good. What else am I missing here? So I've got the social media stuff centered. I guess I could make this... No, this is like good enough. Okay, so I think we should move on to like polishing maybe now. So I kind of want to move. So I'll do this. Git add, clear, git add, mobile, styles, first pass. Okay, so let's add some maybe some shadows or something. I don't know. Ooh, the other thing with this is this text is getting cut off here. So that's not ideal. So maybe I want to make this like 1300. 1400. And I don't like how big this space is either. And then I'll do align self, flex start, or start maybe? Flex start. Oh, no. So project grid. Shit, I want to figure this out. So it looks fine like this, but when it's big, it looks like shit. I don't know. Am I a doctor already? No, unfortunately not. Where did I center that shit? Project grid. Oh, it was project item, wasn't it? It was project item. Yeah, here it was. Justify self. There we go, that's a little better. At least for the tablet view. Like, this is fine. Maybe move this up a little. In the... Whoops. Global styles. Change the width of these cards anyway. for the tablet view, right? Although I kind of maybe want to make this 700. Yeah, so we can change the width of these cards in the tablet. So project item width is 100% always. There we go. That's a little better. I like that more. Ah, but this is... Why is this showing on either side on this one? That's confusing. Project info. It's project info. Want project info width to be 100% as well. That's fixed it. There we go. So that might be a little big, but it's better for sure. Oh, there's like a little bit of a... These aren't equal to, maybe? It's like one size where it... No, that's fine. Okay, good. This is royally screwing up my terminal here. I think I'm going to make the width 100% on these guys for the mobile styles as well. Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe like 80%. And then justify self-center. Yeah, that's better. Project grid, project links, project item. So now these should grow too. Yep, perfect. So now the gaps are all consistent. Okay, the only problem here is the descriptions get a little bit cut off on the smaller sizes. That's not an issue for mobile, but I think for, so this is our desktop size. I think we want to probably go down to 1300 or something. Yeah, so we need to add padding to this, or like make the text dynamically smaller or something like that. So this is the desktop. This is the project description. I could make it scroll. That's kind of ugly. Yeah, and similar issue here. Or I could just increase the height of these dividers. That's the other option. Just make this 45%. Oh, and then, okay. Yeah, so then, okay, let's think about how is this placed in here? Line items, flex end. We could also include a padding on the bottom, right? Oh no, that's not gonna work. Project info, that's what I want. So the padding bottom's already one REM. But I want it to be more. Let's do a dynamic size. Hold on. Yo, bro, I was learning CSS and your video showed up on my homepage. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well, Atulia. I hope you're doing pretty well as well. Or doing okay. Okay, so that's fine. Need to zoom into this guy. So where to zoom into this? No. Oh, here we go. 100%. That's better. Maybe 75. Yeah, so that's the padding. I actually need the margin bottom to be like, oh, but that's on the, okay. .320 is the smallest I need to style for. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. So what am I doing? What's going on in your mind? You can, here. I got you. I'm working on a basic homepage though for the Odin project. I just need to get this text to be fixed. I'm trying to figure out a way of doing that. It wouldn't be a problem if this... Let's see, text, overflow, CSS. Or overflow CSS. distributed overflow. So project info is within the description, right? Right. So I don't know if the description's actually overflowing here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So the description's flowing out of its parent. That's what we're doing here. So we need the description to scroll. Maybe. Right? Overflow, scroll. Does that, like, fix it? I don't think so. Sounds good, Atulia. I'm not gonna be live for much longer though, only 7 more minutes, so. But I appreciate you. Okay, so that's looking a little ugly. Maybe don't make this project item with like 50% or something. That's a little better. So do max 50% and like 200 pixels, 200 pixels maybe. No, I need it bigger. 300, 320. Oh, that's the one margin on the one side's disappearing. That's interesting. Do you plan on getting into other programming in the future? Yeah, I do. I'm just learning web development so that I can have a decent foundation. Oh, it's because... I see. I need to actually clamp this. So 50% is the minimum, and then 100% is the max. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Maybe make it a little smaller, 280. %. Oh, graduated 06, dang. That's awesome, TDG. Yeah, I graduated in 18, so I graduated a little bit after you. 12 years after. But the thing is I'm pretty new to, like, I have a degree, but it was mostly like math focused. But like prior to 2023, I barely did any programming. So I'm still like fairly new, all things considered. And like prior to 2 months ago, I'd never touched web development in my life. So yeah, this is like completely new to me. I just figure it's a good like place to start. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay, so this is not. Yes, this is fine. I think this is an acceptable mobile layout. Okay, so I want to fix the text here. I need to figure that out. Thank you, TDG. I appreciate it. Try my best. And the thing is, too, is like I'm not creating this content to be like the next, you know, like I'm not trying to be a super success or anything. I'm just doing this for myself, to kind of keep myself accountable with learning and to share that what that journey looks like realistically. You know, like, because I think anybody, if they're passionate about tech and programming, they can learn it. So it's kind of like I'm documenting my journey to show the world a little bit what that looks like, as well as hold myself accountable with my audience. And I mean, I guess it's landing with people, because over the last 200 or 200 months, 2 months, after the last 2 months and a bit, so like I've been doing this like 9 weeks now. I've amassed what, like 700 some subscribers, 740 something. So obviously, like, people, you know, people are interested in what I have to what I have to show. So anyway, okay. So the one thing is this text at this very specific size, like here. It's not because I'm not insufferable like 80% of tech bros. Yeah, I guess that's fair. MKM. There's this one guy I saw on my page, and he's trying to build like I forget his name, but he's trying to build this whole like agentic, like vibe coded workflow thing, and I'm like, bro, what the hell? This type of content's really good for others starting out too. Yeah, exactly, TDG. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be real and relatable, and not like kind of a hype bro. Bridge Mind, I think so. That rings a bell. I just clicked on it like briefly because I was like, what the hell is this? What, like, some guy in like sunglasses, and he was like on a treadmill, and he was like doing like way too much. I'm like, what is this guy, bro? Anyway, you know, I think he's around my age. Maybe he's a little bit younger than me. And I was like, yeah. I think it's insanity. It's kind of absurd. Like, and like, it's so funny because like people like that are obviously like on drugs too. Like, it's like he's definitely on something. You know, I don't mean to shame anybody. Oh, what happened here? What is going on with this? What? Oh, it's the paragraph, maybe. It's the scrolling. That's why. So that these can scroll. That's not even working. Okay, so I'll just remove that. Your whole stance on AGI or AI is a great tool, but you shouldn't rely on it, just in my humble opinion. Yeah, exactly, TTG. Like, I can see myself using AI when I'm really more proficient at programming, but I want to build that knowledge so that when I use AI, I know what it can and can't do, and like I can review the code properly and kind of understand its limit, like understand it for what it is, essentially, right? Because I feel like like that bridge mine guy. He's kind of like, I don't know. I don't mean to pick on him specifically, but people in of his ilk um, think it's like a magic tool, right? And they treat it like a complete black box expert, which is like not accurate in my opinion. I think that's a little misguided. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a little bit misguided. I think they're gonna run in. I think they're gonna figure out quickly that they've got an unmanageable situation. He'll have a wake up call and his app gets hacked. Exactly, right? Because like, does he know anything about cybersecurity or endpoint management or like anything related to like IT? Like, because I work in IT, and you know we work with like SOC analysts, right? And we also have a security analyst on our team. And I know like I work in a pretty critical age critical data critical sector. I'll just say that. So cybersecurity is really important, and like this shit, like you got to take it seriously, especially when you're working with like personal data, right? Claims to know how to code, but I don't think he does though. Does he? Well, okay, I haven't looked into the guy. I watched like maybe 3 minutes of the live stream, and then I checked out his channel, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is like some kid on Adderall that's just like, you know, you know what? He's having fun. Okay, obviously he's having fun. Good for him. But I think he's gonna, I think he's gonna realize sooner or later, um, it's kind of unmanageable. Data is serious business. It is. It's totally is. Like if he's accepting, I know he probably uses like some sort of payment manager like Stripe or PayPal or something, right? But like if like credit card numbers get out there and your shit gets like stolen, like your information gets stolen, like people are gonna you're gonna get a bad name against you, right? Or you're gonna get a bad rep. Your cousin's an ethical hacker, and he says this is a golden age for malicious hackers. Yeah, I bet. I believe it, MKM, 100%. But like if you're in anything like transportation industry, healthcare industry, uh, aerospace, military, um, anything like that, you have to make sure your code is like bulletproof, right? Because like let's say you work at like a hospital and someone leaks all the patient data, like you're fucked, right? Like you can't just vibe code like a electronic health records app, you know? Like it's like there's going to be a need for these like humans to actually program these critical systems. Yeah, exactly. Or like and the one thing he said that yeah, exactly, TDG. Like if, like the Artemis mission, right? Like those guys like they probably like they worked on that for years, years and years and years. And I agree with you, MK. I mean, I'm trying to prevent that because I'm trying to write code so that I don't get worse, right? So that I get better and then I stand out to employers. Exactly, exactly. Decades even. Yeah, exactly. It's probably been iterated on, yeah, exactly, like decades. And it's been tested like 17 million times, I bet, right? And the other thing is like, um, the funny thing that I noticed on the stream is that he said uh, he has this like verbal, like he dictates to the chat, which I find interesting because I've only ever seen people use like typing, right? Like Claude Code. I thought you like typed your queries or whatever, but he I guess has this tool where it lets him talk to it. Um, but he was basically telling Claude not to leak his API keys. He's like, please don't leak my API keys. Like, I don't think I don't think that's gonna work, my guy. Or it might work once, but the one time it doesn't, you're gonna be screwed. You saw that yesterday? Nice, yeah. So funny. He's like, yeah, please don't leak anything. I'm like, okay, you're putting a lot of faith into that fucking LLM, my guy. Tested and audited heavily, their lives depend on it. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, it does, right? Because like, um, think of all of the failures that have happened in like space travel, like the Challenger mission, and like I don't know if that was technically related to a computer, like a software bug necessarily, but like there have been many disasters from bad software, right? Or like several landers, whether it's like a Mars lander, like I think there's been like Mars landers that have like crashed due to software failures, um, due to like one specific bug that doesn't get caught because like the unit conversion is wrong or something. Like I saw a video where there was a Mars lander. I forget which one it was, but it was like 20 years ago or something, and the conversion between metric and imperial was bugged, so the lander thought that it had much more altitude than it actually did, and then it crashed. Um, anyway, I don't know. So my point being is, this stuff's pretty important. In that case, like no lives were lost, but still, like millions of dollars just in the toilet, right? Of like R&D just like down the drain. And obviously the mission like wasn't successful. So, yeah, ChatGPT has ruined a whole generation of software devs. I agree. I totally agree. And like when I was in school too, like last year and the year before, there were so many kids just like vibe coding assignments. And I'm like, you guys are not gonna like, you're not learning how to think, like, I don't know. Let me just check the Git status here. I want to see if or not Git status, sorry, Git log. Did I commit the mobile layouts? Yeah, I did. Okay. A guy tested AI pretending to be insane, and AI encouraged him in everything schizophrenic he said. Holy shit. I'd rather work with self-taught, passionate dev like you than some 4-year CS grad with who relied on ChatGPT. Yeah, exactly, TDG. That's what I'm trying to do here, right? And so that if I do use it, like I'm happy to use AI. I'm not a Luddite, right? Like if I get, like, let's say, a year down the line, I get a software development job, and they're like, okay, we use AI in our workflow here and here. Can you be flexible and use it to try to increase your productivity? I'm happy to, because at that point, I already know what I know what I don't know, right? But I fear that a lot of people that are using that are vibe coding don't know what they don't know, and that's the big problem. They're just completely out of their depth. Exactly, MKM. I 100% agree with you. Yeah, but you need the expertise to know when it is useful and when it isn't useful. Like, again, using the Bridgemine guy completely as an example. Like, he's building like this monolith that's just it's like a house of cards that's gonna fall apart eventually, right? It's just a matter of time. Like anybody who's vibe coding any big tool, like it's literally a big house of cards that, like, the slightest little disturbance in the force is gonna cause it all to come crashing down and explode. I don't know. My opinions are my own, though. If you like vibe coding and you like just doing that for fun, whatever, you do you. You hope for Bridges' sake that doesn't happen. It's very possible. I don't know. He reminds me of dudes that I went to school with. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. I don't mean to, say that. Like, he's very passionate about what he does, for sure. And he's got a insane work ethic. He probably has like 10 times the work ethic that I do. The dude like works out and stuff. I don't even work out, so he's got things going for him, but like, I don't know. That's just I just think he might fail for that reason. And he might not, he could prove me wrong. He could prove me wrong. But I subscribed to the guy only because out of like curiosity, because I was like, I want to see what this fella gets up to. I think he's a little bit younger than me. I think because he looks younger. I don't know for sure, but me too. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like watching the Titanic going to the iceberg, right? It's like the Titanic's about to make it to the iceberg, and we're gonna see if he can veer steer the ship away from the big iceberg. Like that's kind of what it feels like watching it. I don't think he's hit the iceberg yet, but he's close. But anyway, I digress. Isn't it annoying that nowadays just working 16 hours a day is worshipped like the best virtue? Yeah, that's the other thing too. He's a little bit, and I actually have a cousin of mine that's similar to that. Like he's a fitness influencer, so the iceberg will be his app getting hacked. Yeah, exactly, TDG. And the more notoriety he gets, the more people like on X and stuff are going to try and hack him, I think, right? Like the bigger he gets is actually going to be worse for him as his channel grows. Unfortunately. But yeah, no, like there's this hustle culture, right? Where yeah, people working 16 hours a day. Like I work 8 hours a day. I didn't work today, I will say. I had the day off, but I work 8 hours a day and then I stream 3 hours a night. So that's working 11 hours a day, and I could not do any more. Like I am at my limit. I'm comfortable, but there's no way I could do more than what I do, because it would just be untenable. Like then I would be miserable, and I don't really want to be miserable. Like I want because I do 8 hours of work a day, and then I have 3 hours of streaming, and then that leaves me 5 hours of time for meals, spend time with my family, my partner, my pets, like all that stuff, right? Like I want to have time for that other stuff, and I think the balance is kind of important. Anyway, I don't know. I digress. This isn't like getting into like life lessons here, but anyway, there's small little bugs with this layout that I think I can work out on my own. I might do them on stream on Monday. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm bored over the weekend, I might take a look at these, but I'm going to be out of town for Easter tomorrow and Sunday and Monday and a bit of Monday. I'm actually heading back Monday. So if all goes well, I'll be live Monday night at 6:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I appreciate all of you watching and following along, or just chatting to me. I appreciate all the interaction. And if you want to follow me on my journey in the future, I'd really love a subscribe. I was going to say subscription, but I guess subscription's the same. I appreciate that, TDG. And I also have a Discord server as well, if that interests you. I'll drop the link here. We kind of just chat about like basically what we were talking about here, just like tech chat, web development. You can also share your projects, get feedback from other members of my community. We're like very close to 100 members in the Discord, so that's pretty cool. But if Discord, well, I just bumped my mic. If Discord's not your thing, it's all good. It doesn't matter to me, but it's there in case you want to join it. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday evening. I hope you have a great Easter weekend.